Good morning. Let us move to the next article from relativity. Einstein's mass energy relation or mass energy equivalence. Last article from relativity. Einstein's mass energy relation or mass energy equivalence. Let us start with Newton's laws of motion. You know Newton's laws of motion. Newton's first law of motion is about the inertia of a body. Newton's second law of motion is about the force. Newton's third law is about the action and reaction. In this article, I want to start with Newton's second law of motion. According to Newton's second law of motion, the rate of change of momentum of a body is directly proportional to the applied force, and the change takes place in the direction of the applied force. This is the crude statement of Newton's second law of motion. How to write this statement mathematically? Force. According to Newton's second law, this force is given by dP by dt. F is equal to dP by dt. What is P? P is the linear momentum, and you know linear momentum is given by P is equal to mv. So for this P, let me put mv. So this F is equal to d by dt of mv. According to Newton's second law of motion, this force is equal to d by dt of mv. Now, in Newtonian mechanics, in general mechanics, mass is constant, it is absolute. Velocity v is relative, it is not constant, it is changing, which is taken as function of time. Mass is not function of time, mass is not going to change in Newtonian mechanics, in general mechanics. But this velocity v is relative, it is not constant, it is changing with the time. This is our concept about the mass and the velocity v. In relativity, we have to change our concepts. In relativity, mass m is not absolute. It is relative. It is also changing. Velocity v is also relative. It is also changing with respect to time. So, when we solve this equation, f is equal to d by dt of mv, we shall take m as variable as well as the velocity v as variable, because the mass m and velocity v both are relative quantities with respect to time. Keeping this concept in mind, let us solve this equation. That is, f is equal to m and v are in product, so let us apply the product formula for differentiation. With this, I may write m into dv by dt plus v into dm by dt, equation number 2. According to relativity, F, the force acting on a body which is in motion. Because of this force, the body will be in motion. This force is always given by formula 2. M dv by dt plus v dm by dt. Let us suppose that this force F is acting on a body, because of which the body gets displaced through distance dx. Because of this force which is acting on a body of mass m, the body gets displaced through distance dx. When a body is displaced through distance, work is done on that body. This work done is nothing but increase in kinetic energy of the body. So, when this force F is acting on the body of mass m, the body gets displaced through distance dx, which increases kinetic energy of the body. And this increase in kinetic energy of the body is given by dEk is equal to d small increase, E energy, K kinetic, dK small increase in kinetic energy of the body when it is displaced through distance here dx, when force F is acting on it. This small increase in kinetic energy of the body is therefore given by dEk is equal to F dx. Let me write this as equation number 3. But value of this F is given by equation 2. Let us substitute value of this from equation 2 into equation 3 to write increasing kinetic energy of the body is equal to m dv by dt into dx plus v dm by dt into dx. So what you have done? This value is substituted for F in equation 3 and that value is multiplied by dx to get dEk is equal to m dv by dt into dx plus v dm by dt into dx. This equation may further be written as dk is equal to m dv dx by dt plus v dm dx by dt. This equation is further written as this: dv by dt into x is written as dv into dx by dt. dm by dt into dx is written as dm into dx by dt. What is this dx by dt? It is velocity v. What is this dx by dt? It is velocity v. And therefore change in kinetic energy of the body will be m v dv plus v square dm, equation number 4. So change in kinetic energy of the body when it gets displaced through distance dx when force F is acting on it is given by equation 4. dk is equal to m into v into dv plus v square dm, equation 4. Okay, then let me go back. Let me go back to the concept of a relative mass. Before this article, in the same unit, we talked about relativity of mass. And what is relativity of mass? Mass is a relative variable, not absolute. It is not constant. And it is given by the equation m is equal to m0 divided by 1 minus v square by c square inside the square root. This is the equation we obtained earlier in the relativity of mass. And what this equation is? M is equal to m0 divided by square root of 1 minus v square by c square. This m0 is rest mass of the body. Rest mass. Rest mass, when velocity v is 0, the body will be at rest. It is not moving. Mass of the body at that time, when velocity v of the body is 0, mass of the body is m0. But when the body is moving with velocity v, its mass changes. It becomes m, which is given by m is equal to m0 divided by square root of 1 minus v square by c square, where this is velocity of light. Let us solve this equation. Square both the sides. So we will have m square is equal to m0 square divided by 1 minus v square by c square. This may be further m0 square divided by c square minus v square divided by c square. Both sides are squared to get m square is equal to m0 square divided by square root goes away and denominator will be 1 minus v square by c square. Let us solve this denominator to get this. M square is equal to m0 square divided by c square minus v square divided by c square. This c square is denominator of denominator, so it is to be sent to the numerator. And so this equation will be further m square is equal to m0 square c square divided by c square minus v square, or this is further m square c square minus m square v square is equal to m0 square c square. This c square is taken into the numerator to get m square is equal to m0 square c square divided by c square minus v square. This c square minus v square taken to this side and multiplied to m square to get m square c square minus m square v square is equal to m0 square c square, or this is further m square c square is equal to m0 square c square plus m square v square, equation number 5. So after solving the equation for relativity of mass, m is equal to m0 divided by square root of 1 minus v square by c square, we get this equation, equation number 5. M square c square is equal to m0 square c square plus m square v square. Differentiate equation 5 on both sides. Differentiate on both sides. If we differentiate equation 5 on both sides, see what we get here. See, velocity of light is constant in all frames of reference. See, velocity of light is always constant. It is constant in all frames of reference. So we consider this c square constant, this c square constant. Okay, then what is m0? Rest mass of the body, which is always constant. So m0 is constant, c is constant. Differentiation of m0 square c square will be 0. Here c square constant, we have to differentiate m square. So let us differentiate both sides of equation 5 to get 2m dm into c square is equal to 0. This is constant, this is constant, differentiation of a constant is 0, plus m is variable, v is variable, apply product formula, 2m dm v square plus m square 2v dv m square. 2 is here, 2 is here, 2 is here. Let us cancel all these 2 on both sides identically. M is here, m is here, square is here. This m, this m, this square identically cancels out. Let us collect the remaining terms, and what terms left are dm c square dm is equal to dm v square dm plus mv dv, equation number 6. Cancelling identical terms on both sides and collecting the terms, what we got, c square dm is equal to v square dm plus mv dv. Come to equation 4. If we come to equation 4, what we find? dEk is equal to mv dv plus v square dm. mv dv v square dm. It means that RHS of equation 4 and RHS of equation 6 both are same. As RHS of equations 4 and 6 are same, let us equate their LHS. As RHS of equations 4 and 6 are same, their LHS should be same. Therefore, equate LHS of equations 4 and 6 to get. That is what dk is equal to c square dm, equation number 7. That is equal to dk is equal to c square dm. This is done for small changes. We know one thing. Mass of a body is m0 when the body is at rest, when the velocity is 0. This mass becomes m when the body has certain velocity. What about this kinetic energy? Let us integrate this equation for this purpose. That is Ek is equal to integration of dEk, that is equal to c square is constant. Rest mass when velocity is 0 is m0 and the mass will be m when velocity is v into dm, integration of dm. So, if the velocity is changing from 0 to v, you may consider, or simply integration of the small change in kinetic energy when the velocity changes from 0 to v is Ek is equal to c square into integration in the limits m0 to m dm. Mass m0 when velocity is 0, mass m when velocity v. m0 is the rest mass when velocity is 0. M is the mass of the body when its velocity is v. So let me put this equation as Ek, the total kinetic energy of the body when it starts moving with the velocity which is increasing from 0 to v, is equal to this equation. This is further c square is constant. Integration of dm is m. Limits are m0 to m. Total kinetic energy of the body when its velocity changes from 0 to v is Ek, that is equal to c square into integration of dm is m. Limits are m0 to m. Put the limits, higher limit minus lower limit, that is c square into m minus m0, or this Ek is for the m c square minus m0 c square, equation number 8. So total kinetic energy of a body is given by Ek is equal to mc square minus m0 c square, where m0 is rest mass of the body and this m is mass of the body when it is moving with velocity c. Now this is the kinetic energy. Equation 8 is for equation of kinetic energy of the body when it is in motion. We know formula for total energy of a body. How we get total energy of a body? Total energy of a body is sum of kinetic energy and potential energy. So let me write here total energy E of a moving body is EK plus EP. Total energy of a body in motion is sum of kinetic energy and potential energy. Kinetic energy is due to velocity, potential energy is due to its position. And what is potential energy of a body which is at rest? m0 c square. Potential energy of a body which is at rest is always m0 c square, where m0 is mass of the body when it is at rest, c is velocity of the light. So for this EP we shall put m0 c square rest mass energy. Rest mass energy, that is energy of the body due to rest mass. What is EK? EK is here given by equation 8. EK is equal to mc square minus m0 c square. So let us put these values here. E is equal to mc square minus m0 c square. This is for EK plus what is EP? It is a rest mass energy m0 c square, energy of the body due to its rest mass, that is plus m0 c square. So in this equation we have plus m0 c square minus m0 c square. These two are identical and opposite terms, so together gets vanished, and what left is E is equal to mc square, equation number 9. This is Einstein's famous mass energy relation. What left is E is equal to mc square. This is Einstein's famous mass energy relation. And what does this mean? What should be interpretation of this equation? Energy can be converted to mass, mass can be converted to energy. That is, energy may appear as mass or mass may appear as energy. That is, mass and energy are equivalent to each other. This is known as mass energy equivalence. Mass energy equivalence. What is meaning of mass energy equivalence? Mass may appear as energy, energy may appear as mass. This is Einstein's famous mass energy relation, E is equal to mc square. So this is about Einstein's mass energy relation. Article is so simple. Hope you got every step of this article. I have explained each and every point needed to understand the mass energy equivalence or Einstein's famous mass energy relation. Okay, thank you.